Hello everyone and welcome. Simon here from the Worlds of Wall Street. Hope you're doing fantastically well wherever you are in the world. Quick update here on Verasity. Nothing major to report on the update side of things. Of course, we pushed the announcement the other day of the proof of view patent going through. So hopefully in the next few weeks we will find out more about whether that was approved or not. I'm pretty sure it will be. So that's currently going through the US government in terms of the patent approvals and everything like that and acceptance. A couple other things here to know on Twitter. Do definitely follow them. You get all the great updates and there's good statistics out there as well. And I like this Mark guy. He's pretty much one of the founders of Verasity. And he does get a bit shirty sometimes with people making an argument and a case for his company, his business. And I like that. I like the passion, the enthusiasm. But yeah, he's hit back at a few people questioning what Verasity is actually all about, and actually that maybe Veracity's wrong with their statements. And actually he's come back with loads of really cool information. And pointing out the fact that not all video brands are massive like Google yet, but in terms of their revenue and absolutely huge, but in terms of that ad spend, the ad fraudulent activity of like bots and fake views and stuff like this is actually affecting massive profit and loss aspects of their accounts. So it's a really good point that he's making on some of these and hitting back at people who are slating Verasity. And I don't know why. Maybe they sold early or something and regretting it or whatever, but it's just really cool to check them out, and they're very active and it's really good. So good things coming Veracity's way as well. Potentially two major exchanges listings in the next couple of months. We know there's definitely one, so I'm really excited to see what that one is and what the second one potentially might be. So we might see a reflection in that in the price. Let's go into the chart on that point of view. Before we do so, please make sure that if you've not done so already, that you like this video if you find it informative. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and make sure you hit that bell button to ensure you get notified of all the awesome videos we have coming your way. So let's take a look. Made a couple of adjustments to make it a bit more pretty. So one point we made in a previous video, I'll reiterate it now. From that point of the 20-ish of July, 0.007 on the chart, we have had that rise all the way up to this point here around the 5th and 6th of September, 572% growth, 0.042 that we hit. So just over the 4 cents. So really good bullish momentum there. We've had a couple of corrections along the way. One thing I did get a bit concerned about was this big uptake and not too much of a pullback, but that's good because Veracity is kind of in a position really where it's got loads of great activities behind it, loads of volume going in because people are really interested in this project. Of course, we've got a very nice V shape here now. So as we hit this top point, we did have a slight reduction, which we're still continuing at this stage. So from that point up until yesterday, I'm not going to count today because we haven't finished. That's about a 35% reduction, which is quite reasonable, to be honest. I mean, some say that it could come down a bit lower. I have put this buy position here. I don't anticipate it massively to potentially come down here at any point soon. Hopefully not anyway. There is an opportunity that you could put some buy orders in here at 0.027-ish, but I have put one here, just a very small accumulation that I have into this area between 0.027 and that 3 cent mark. It's not financial advice, it's my opinion and thoughts of what we're to do. The reason I put that in there, we're still in a bearish mood on the MACD. The histogram is still showing sell volume going through, albeit that on the performance indicators, we are showing apparently a good buy technical indicator there. So the RSI is bang on the middle, so that's why I've got a bit of caution that we could still come down a bit lower to test that support level of 0.0318, which is just here on the fib retracement. I've drawn that yellow line just above it because we are seeing a bit of resistance here in the last sort of few weeks. But the key level resistance that we're seeing as well is at that 0.037 mark, which is just up here along this level here on the retracement. So we're right in a channel here, and I've just drawn this orange line in here just to show that aspect that actually these lower points are getting slightly high. We had the silly Bitcoin day as well, of course, so I tried to not think about that too much. But we're on course, guys. We're on course. If we can get stability over this next 24, 48 hours, I think that Veracity can really start pushing up from next week onwards. And moving us into October. I can't believe it's nearly the end of September already. We're in our little fan here still, which is good progression in that aspect. But yeah, like I said, we could come back and test this 0.0318 line. I have put it down there in case there's a bit of a bearish move before we pull back up to test this level as support. This is really important. If we can obtain a couple more days of closure above this level, and try and get a close over that 0.037, we can really push Verasity upwards. I'd like to see, what I would really like to see is this MACD, and to be fair, you could have an argument that it might just start closing up today. We're having a good day so far. It's not closed. We've got a long way to go today, of course. So we just got to anticipate that moving forward. I'll just quickly have a look at the 4 hours. Just want to have a quick check on that. It's very much in relation to what we're saying here. So this sideways movement is very critical, but what's more important is we don't drop. We don't want to drop below these critical levels. So at this moment in time, it's going quite well on the 4 hourly too. So guys, yeah, we're still very much in our funnel. I'm anticipating, guys, to hit this all-time high and progress past that. Hopefully, I very much like to see that in the sort of towards the end of the first week of October, maybe into the second week of October. And then I think we're going to go on an absolute run. My anticipation is still realistically around that sort of 30 cent to 40 cent mark. I know a lot of people throwing out $1 here, there and everywhere for price predictions. If we get the exchange listing, then yeah, of course it can help push that towards that level, and it's absolutely possible in this space. But I'm trying to keep it realistic based on the analysis, the historic data, the fib retracement, all these factors that I've got in place right now. In the instance that if things don't happen or this, that and the other, that is a really good goal in my opinion, 30-40 cents. I'm not saying that it won't go higher, but that's why it's really important about ensuring that you take profits along the way. You never know when the top is, and you never know when it's going to strike down as well. But also take anticipations of buybacks on the way down as well in similar incremental percentage values. That way you accumulate easier. Again, this is not financial advice. Some people are happy to hold. That is totally a great strategy as well, and that's what I'm doing with most of my Verasity. But there are opportunities to not have to use your own capital and cash. You can work the system if you want to. But yeah, it's down to everyone's individual strategy. I will stake mine eventually. I know that it runs out in March and they might reduce the APY, might even remove it completely, I don't know. But for me right now, to remove 2,000 VRA out of my portfolio for the fee of Qcoin, 700 back to exchange if I ever need to do it, it's going to take a bit of time to accumulate that back in rewards. So I'm not doing it right now until I feel comfortable in this sort of bull run that I've made what I need to make or want to make. I'm happy to sit down in staking for the next 2-3 years for that next big run in a few years, hoping that Verasity continues the staking method, of course, and that aspect as well. So we're very good as well on the averages. I would like to see us pull above this purple line here that you can see. I'm just going to hover over it so you can see it properly. So we're bang on, guys. This is why I'm saying just have a bit of caution. It's really about this stability of sideways movement here, maybe for the next day or two before we can start deciding where we're shooting up, or we might come and test that lower region back. Weekly down slightly, of course, that's anticipated because of what we just gone through. 34% up on the month, 7,839% up on year to date. Absolutely phenomenal. And even in the 6-month period, which also includes that dip down correction, 107% up now. As I said on the technical indicator, which you can't just see just yet, it is on a buy signal, but let's just keep calm, carry on. Verasity will absolutely fly this year, there's no doubt about it, but we've just got, if you're looking for buy opportunities, like I said, I have put one down here personally. That's not something that you'd have to do, it's just a thought process, but there could be an opportunity if you're really worried about that 0.02 kind of opportunity from now until this drop. You could argue that that is an opportunity as well. So play it by ear, guys, to have some bit of caution. I'm not saying Verasity is dropping, I'm not saying it's going to flop down. What I'm saying is we've just got to have the stability in the next couple of days. I truly believe we'll start breaking that resistance barrier of 0.037 and we can start tailing this thing up to that all-time high, which I believe will be hopefully around mid-October, maybe just before. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Let us know in the comments below if you found this informative and what you think of Verasity. Are you staking? Are you holding? What are you doing with this awesome project? And what is your guess? What exchanges do you think it's going to launch on in the next couple of months? And that might make a parabolic move for sure in this chart. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.